Hey everybody, welcome to Bobby Fitzgerald Golf. Hey, thanks for stopping by today. Um, Today I just want to give you a short video on things that you've probably been thinking before and you kind of wonder what's that? What's going on with that? What's up with that? You know, and I think a lot of times we feel that way. You're watching pros and they'll tell you one thing and you think, well, it doesn't seem like they're doing that to me, you know, that type of thing. And and a lot of times I don't think they are doing it how people try to always push it. You know, point in case is you always hear about that that big weight shift. You know, oh, you got to shift your weight, and you watch a lot of people on TV. You don't see much of a weight shift, and you think, you know, I'm trying to do this, and it's worse. It's horrible. I'm getting away from the ball. I can't get back to the ball, whatever. So um, today I'll show you a little bit of how to have your weight shift and not a sway shift. We don't want a sway shift. You can't sway away from that body and get away with it. Oh, by the way, if this is your first time at Bobby Fitzgerald Golf, can you do me a favor, please? Hit that subscribe button. I need all the help I can get. You know, I sound like I'm begging. Of course I am. Don't worry about it. But please hit the subscribe button and also give me a thumbs up if you think I'm funny or you like my lessons or whatever that you like about me, I'll take it. You know, and because we got to have fun with this game. And so here's a lot of what you see uh, pros do and what you lot to see amateurs do who don't seem to be getting much better. So you hear that concept of weight shift, and there's, of course, there is a shift, but it's not like this giant sway. So if I take my stance, have you ever been skiing? When you're skiing, you've got your poles and you're going like this, right? Down those slopes. You probably pointed more like this, unless you have to turn. But well, you'll notice when I take this back, like this hip opens. It's not drastic, but it opens. So when I come back here to the right, and I bring this back, this is open. I have room now to go through. Let's make the swing. Now I haven't gone like this. I'm not trying to make this gigantic sway shift. You always want to keep your weight as you come back on the inside of your trail foot. If you let it get over here, you've broken through this invisible wall. You break through that wall. Let's say we're in perfect position here to hit this ball and make it soar. Well, if I come back here, how am I possibly going to get back to that ball in a good position? You don't see any pro go like this. No. All he's doing is simply getting his weight over here, but he's not swaying away. You'll see Ben Hogan on his newsreels when he was playing, Lee Trevino, a lot of people, as they come through the ball, they're kind of like this. They're not over here trying to hit up at it. So when you practice, just try to think of coming through. And I flare my feet out because it helps these hips open up on both sides. This is open, so I can come back a little farther. My turn. This is open, so I can get through and for my follow through. Let me hit one. And you're not going to see me sway way back. I'm going to put my hands ahead of the ball. I'm going to try to keep my elbows tucked in as much as I can, not let them get away from my body and come across the line. I was just talking about that in a former video. So I'm keeping my head position, trying to, in about the same space. I'm opening up my hips because I'm getting the weight over here, but I don't want it over here. I want the weight on the inside, going towards the target of my trail foot. So I'll try to keep that the whole time, but I'm going to let this come open. But I'm not going to sway back. I'm trying to keep the weight on the inside. About 60% going towards the target, leaning that direction, so I don't have to make this big move over. Now you could see how solid that was, and you could hear how solid that was. And I didn't make this gigantic weight shift. I didn't sway away from the ball. Like a lot of times we think, oh, I have to make a good weight shift. I have to shift my weight. Yeah, you are shifting it, but not in the sense that people think you are. Because a lot of people turn that weight shift into a sway. And once you sway away from the ball, it's hard to get back to that ball. In fact, most of the time you can't. And that's why it ends up rolling. You might hit it a long ways on the ground, but you're hitting this club face. Well, actually hitting the leading edge, basically in the middle of the ball or the top of the ball. You've heard it called topping. And it leads to a lot of bad things, like hitting the back of that ball. You know, a lot of times you have 110 yards to the green, you're trying to hit a pitchy wedge and you sway away and you don't even get halfway there, don't get the ball in the yard. That'll make you mad enough to throw your club. You should never throw your clubs. I never did. Yeah. Well, not since I've been 50 years old. So, I may have felt like it a few times. But, you gotta have fun with this game. It's so much fun. We all go through the same type of emotions and different things that we do, So don't think of a weight shift as a big sway back. Again, all I'm basically doing is letting my right hip come open because I'm bringing it backwards. I'm not swaying away from it. Again, I'm not going to sway away from it. I'm just going to let it come back and keep the weight on the inside of my trail foot. I want to have it going towards the target, if anything. And my hands are ahead of the ball. And just like that. So I'm letting the loft of this club, because there's plenty of loft in a 7-iron, pick that ball up in the air. I don't have to try to help it up. I don't have to try to scoop it. I want my hands ahead so that this club face is going down at that ball, and the loft of this club is what's bringing that ball in the air. You see how high it's going? Now I have my hands ahead and I'm de-lofting it just a little so that I can get 160 yards rather than 150 yards. If I hit it well, I might hit 170 yards. That's pretty good for an old guy like me. But I'm in pretty good shape for an old guy, right? Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm off the subject. I just wanted to address the weight shift a little bit today because I'm out here working on my own game. And I can show you a couple of shots that I'm doing with that. And one of the things I'm working on, you basically just saw. I'm working to keep my elbows tucked into my body so that I don't let that elbow get away from my body. If you're good here, you're not in the same position. You're going to have to make artificial moves like crazy. We don't want artificial moves. We just want a simple back and forth. That's why I'd rather have you think of like when you're skiing rather than this big weight shift. Is it a weight shift? Yeah, it's a slight weight shift because you can feel the weight in the back. You can feel the weight in the front of your trail foot because that weight should be right there, stopping you from breaking that invisible wall that's back there. So here's a couple shots of me keeping my elbows in as much as I can. And And I'm keeping it in the same, I try to keep this connected here and here. So you don't have to be stiff. You're not stiff, but you just want to stay connected as much as you can. And you could tell a couple of those how solid I hit the ball when I did it right. So I'm going to have my hands forward. My weight's never going to get away from the front of this trail foot. It's going to go towards the target, towards the target, towards the target. So I come down with a descending blow, letting the loft of this club put that ball in the air. I'm not trying to pick up on it. My hands are ahead of the ball. Just like that. Is that fun or what? That's so much fun. It's fun to do it when you do it well. That's why it's worth practicing. You practice enough, you can go do that kind of thing and impress your friends. And it just takes a little bit of work. And you'll notice, you go out to the driving range, you'll see people swaying way back or try to hit it way too hard, even with a driver. Now with a driver, you're going to have your ball a little farther forward, but you still don't want your weight to ever get in the back of your trail foot. You're going to be in trouble that way. So you do the same thing with your driver. You just have the driver farther forward. You're hitting with ascending blow to let that loft put that ball up in the air and let it soar. And isn't that fun? I'd show you, but I don't have a tee for this mat. So doing what I can do. But you get the idea, and do the exact same thing all the time. So this is just a short video. I wanted to show you that they don't mean sway when they're talking about a weight shift, and just let that right knee. You don't have to lock it. Just let it get straighter. Stay here. Keep your head down, and keep your weight on the inside of your trail leg, going towards the target. Just think in your mind, towards the target, towards the target, towards the target. With those irons, hybrids, 5-wood, get down and through that ball. You're not taking a huge divot with a 5-wood, but you're still hitting down at it because you want the, let me show you here. This is a hybrid. This is a 23-degree pig answer hybrid. You want this loft, that loft, to put that ball in the air. If you're coming up like this, you hit the ball at the leading edge, you don't get it in the air. That's why people say, oh, I can't hit a wood off a fairway. The reason is you're trying to help it up. You're trying to help lift it up. If you put your hands a little bit ahead, you don't sway back, you come down and through it, you're going to get that ball up. Here, let me go hit one. With any club but the driver, well, even with the driver, with what I'm going to say, you want to hit that ball with the club head to let the loft of that club bring it up. So if I come like this, if I come into it like this, and I try to help it up, I'm going to hit it along the ground. I want my hands ahead of that ball. Just slightly, but ahead. So I have my hands ahead of that ball. I'm going to make the same swing if I can. Not try to kill it. Keep the weight on the inside of my trail foot going towards the target. Just like that. So now when you have a shot from the fairway, you're going to hit those shots and your competitors or your friends are going to go, wow, that was great. And you know it's because you're hitting the ball with the face of that club, because you're coming down at a descending, slightly descending blow to let the club head do the work. That won't happen if your hands are too far back. You need to have them ahead of that ball. I usually put ahead of the ball like about an inch, inch and a half. if you have a tendency to stand your right foot coming through, you might want to put it up there 2 inches ahead. You got to hit that ball with that club face, because if you come with the leading edge, you're going to top it, and you don't want that. So hopefully you've had fun. Hit that subscribe button and help Bobby Fitzgerald Golf grow, and hit the like button if you would. I'm a likable guy, right? And we try to help you as much as we can. So until I see you next time, have fun, never give up. God bless.